Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna open up my iPad. Yes, perfect. So today we're probably working on this drawing, but if anybody has another idea what we should work on, you can just write it in chat and I'll start working on that. Because you can either work on this drawing, a comic I'm working on that I'll show you later, or the PNG tuber, because I'm working on an updated model of the avatar that moves around when I talk in the top left of the screen. So if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat. I'll read all messages both from YouTube and Twitch chat. So this is what I will probably be working on today. But we can either work on this or this. But for now, I'll work on this one. So one thing I noticed about the style reference that I'm using is that they seem to be using very strong differences between light and shadow. This is the art of a game called Reverse 1999. It's probably my favorite gacha game. What you can see here that they have very intense differences between light and shadow with very clear silhouettes. You can see it in all of these pieces. So I'm going to try and do that with my art. Because right now you can see there are lots of very blended edges, especially in the pants, the arm, the face. So today I'm gonna try and make all those edges harder with more vibrant colors to match the energy of Reverse 1999 art. So let's start working. I'm gonna duplicate it because if I ever wanna go back, at least I can. And I'm gonna start by working on the face. So I'm gonna first select the skin. And now I'm gonna try. First I'm gonna pick a nice color. So I need something that reflects how light would appear on on this reddish purplish skin. I don't think I have any references for that, so I'm probably just gonna try and figure something out. Because obviously I can't color pick from the Reverse 1999 reference, because in those drawings they're a human with normal human skin. So it wouldn't really work if I tried with this. Hmm. That's too orange. Okay, that's better. So this is not going to be easy. I can't really find a good color, but maybe I could treat it as I'm not sure if it would work, but if I say like a darker skinned person, where it's mostly the highlights that make the difference and not the general lighting. So maybe I can try making highlights, and that might make it work. So if you ever want to get better at painting skin, I recommend a video by Cynic's Design about painting skin. It's really good. And we got some reflections. I need to work out where the lighting, where the highlights should be. I'm going to try anyway to add like a new color to the whole face. So I'm gonna try this. I'm going to try and think where the light would hit and where it wouldn't. So right here would definitely hit everywhere. It would hit on the nose too, or at least on this part of the nose. And then behind here, I think it would be shadow. And then here, it would probably be light again. And this nose just doesn't look right. Probably best if I have it all in shadow. I really need to fix that nose. I can probably use as a reference this study I did on noses a while ago. I'm going to show it to you, chat. It's a bit outdated and I would change a few things, but this is one of my first drawings on Procreate. I did a study on noses. So I want to get a nose like this because I think this nose would really fit the vibe of my character. I mean, not the vibe, but the style I'm trying to achieve. So let's go and try and make it. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go back into the drawing. Oops, wrong file. Back into the drawing, and I'm going to try doing that. I'm just going to remove everything that we don't need. And I'll start working on the face. Maybe if I want more light on the nose, I could add it like this. So if anybody has just joined chat and if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat both on YouTube and Twitch. So I'm just trying to figure out the planes of the nose. I'm going to add some more light. No, that doesn't really look realistic. Doesn't really look like highlights. So if anybody has just joined chat, if you have any questions or suggestions, you can just comment them and I'll answer them. I feel like the problem could be this part. It's too vertical. This part of the nose is a bit more blended. I think I need a smaller brush. This one could be fine. It's about the same, but I can make it work. So if anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just leave them in chat, both on YouTube and Twitch. Right now, I'm working on her nose, trying to figure out the shapes. The structure of this nose feels off. Feels a bit weird. This dot. I'll remove this dot. Give me 1 second. I'll grab my digital drawing glove so I don't accidentally undo or redo. Okay, got the glove now, and we're going to remove the dots that appeared accidentally. So if anybody has just joined the stream, if you have any questions, things you just want to say, movies or books you've read recently. You can just all write them in chat. And I'm gonna add another layer where I can draw the structure of the nose. My face is going this way. That's where the nose ridge is. And thus, I also get a little model. The nose should go like that. Okay, I think what? I did this on the wrong layer. Wow. Okay, but I think I understood what I did wrong. You should barely see that part of the nose because it's slightly from an above view. So if you can barely see it, everything else should look better. Nice. So they're still there. You can't really see it now. So maybe something like that. Then there's that. I'm gonna try and figure this out a bit better. So this all checks out. Maybe this part is a bit big. Okay, for now it's going to be the nose. I'm also going to add the shadow that the nose casts on the rest of the face, which isn't too much in this scenario, but it's important to add. It's probably something like that. I'll figure it out later. Like that makes more sense. Yeah, and then I also want to add some blue bounce light, blue greenish. Okay, not like that. And it has to be more green. Yeah, that's a good color, I think. Okay, so I have to make the brush smaller. And I will select the part of the faces that I want to be selected for this, which is obviously not all the face. I don't like the colors of that light. And that's way too strong, probably. Yeah. Yeah, it's too much. Just a little bit of light reflect. It's not that much. And I'm not sure how to render the bounce light. For now, this is probably fine. Well, it's probably fine for now. Now let's look at this reference. Try to study its style. Well, if anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat. And also today, the viewers can decide what we're working on. Because we can be working on this drawing or my PNG tuber model. because I'm making an updated version, which is this one. So we can work on this drawing or on this illustration. I probably will have to redraw the eyes soon, but today I'm not sure what I should work on. I think I want to try rendering the feet and legs. Start with the feet, and I'm going to try and apply what we learned earlier. So there should be clear contrast between light and shadow, not in a softed edge. I'm going to pick a nice saturated color and add it in between as what I think is called the terminator, which is a little part of saturation between the shadow and light. Sorry if you hear lots of background noise and a helicopter is passing by. If anybody has just joined the stream, both on YouTube and Twitch, Gary you have gotten better since the last time I saw one of your drawings. Oh, thank you, Gregario. Welcome to chat. So if anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in chat, both on Twitch and YouTube. So if anybody has just joined chat, both on Twitch and YouTube, if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat. So if anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in chat. If anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in chat and we'll answer them. Now we're gonna work on rendering the pants. First of all, I'm going to try and add some bounce light. And with the soft brush. Chat, I have an idea. If you can wait 1 second, I might be able to get try a better view of the drawing without all the movement. Okay, let me fix this. Why is it rotated? Watch. Okay, I'll figure this out. Okay, weird. What? Okay, what is going on? I just want to flip this, but it's not working. I'll figure this out. 1 sec. Does it have this drawing? It's straight. Yeah, it's normal. If I open reference, it's at the wrong angle. What? Okay, that should work. And now, if I hypothetically were to zoom in on that, the quality seems quite low. Check, is the quality too low? Yeah, the quality is horrendous. I'll fix it. Well, at least I tried. So if anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just leave them in chat. No, 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 come on. No. Oh, this line appeared. I have to erase it manually. Or maybe I have a better idea. I'll import the legs from this file. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So if anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in chat, both on YouTube and Twitch. So if anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in chat. Let's see if we can make this work. See if I can find a good layer mode to make this work. Or maybe I could make the lights more intense. So I'll try that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go and select this shadow part. There's still an annoying line there, but I'm just gonna manually fix it. If anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just leave them in chat. There appears to be a dot and I have no idea on what layer it is. Okay, maybe it's a bit too light. These are completely different colored plants now. So maybe if I alpha lock this. Or maybe if instead of doing that, I make the area that light affects smaller. Hmm. That also looks good. I think that looks good. If anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just leave them in chat. Alright. Did I just speak Italian? Whatever. So now, I haven't been speaking Italian these past few minutes. 1 second, let me check. I don't think I did speak Italian. I think I mumbled something. I'm not even sure what I said. Yeah, I don't think I spoke any Italian. Okay, well, let's continue drawing. I'm not sure what I should work on now, though. I could continue working on the hair. Really not even feel like working on this character. Okay, interesting. Let's continue working. I'm not sure what I should work on now. Okay, to be honest, I don't like her nose. I'm gonna check if we did any past drawings. made it weird. So I changed the bridge of the nose and the end part. If anybody has any questions, you can just write them in chat. Okay, that looks better. Okay, I think that's better. So if anybody has any questions, you can just write them in chat. Way too big of a brush. Okay, that looks good. If anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat. And I like the lips in this version, so I'm going to copy them. My iPad is full charge, so I'm going to plug in my phone. So if anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat. So I'm not sure what I should do now. Because obviously at this stage in the drawing, I can see I will not match Reverse's style. He's already done so many things different. And I'm not going for an exact replica either, because I do really like how they do men's faces, but I think they do feminize women's faces. I mean, they don't feminize them, they make them a bit too much like uh, anime girls. I'll show you. Reverse 1999 art. Now, so these are girls. Most of the characters in the game are girls. You can see they've got this anime face, very girly face. Let's see if I can find how they draw a man. That's a fan art. Well, I mean, I'll just search for that character. Shaman University 1999 art. And that is official art of him. And you can see how they do his face in a more realistic way. And that's, I like those faces more. But I'll get back to drawing now. Okay, I don't know if I like the nose. And I don't think I do. But whatever. I'm not sure what I should work on now. Probably the hair. First, I want to fix this. Okay, I think that looks better. So now what did I said I was going to work on? The hair. The nose is still bugging me. Oh, I think it's a bit small, and I hope if I make it bigger, we'll fix everything, but it won't, but I can always try. Okay, that's way too big. I do think that looks better. Whereas they want to look at the speed paint and see how many times it changed the face. See. Yeah, oh my god, it's all changing the face. I want to look at some original drawings of Tissia. Try and say to if I want to see if I can take inspiration from some of the original sketches of her character. Oh, found this on the table. So I'm going to look at old sketches of this character. See if I can find the page. Okay, found it. And I drew her completely different, but not in a bad way. I think this isn't better. But if there's one thing I want to add is blushing and that stuff. So probably overlay is the best layer for this. That's way too red, way too pink, way too red again. I think it's somewhere between these. There, it's like this now. Better right layer mode. Maybe this is not the best layer mode. With this, then at the bottom, I need to add this. Wait, it's not right. See here. There I need a lighter color. I'm not gonna go to match this because right now I'm adding the colors of the face. Because if you didn't know, some parts of the face are more red, like cheeks, while the chin has a very cold bluish tint, and that's because of the blood vessels in the face. There are not blood vessels in the chin. At least that's what I think. I think that's the reason. And there's a yellowish tint towards the top. Okay, I think that works. So if anybody has just joined chat, if you have any questions, you can just leave them. You can just ask anything and I'll answer. But probably now I have to go because I'm taking a quick 5-minute break. Okay, good. That's fine. I think a bit too much of yellow went into the bottom part of the face. I think the reddish part should be more reddish. I'm gonna grab this brush. I think that looks decent enough. So now I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, maybe less, and see you soon. Well, I'm back. So I need to turn my iPad back on. Give me a second, guys. Perfect. Now y'all should be seeing this. Yep, yep. Here's the menu. So let's continue drawing. I don't think anybody has joined the stream, so it's still only me, but I continue drawing happily. Because it doesn't matter how many people are watching your stream. What matters right now is that I'm happy drawing. Okay, so I'm still working on the character, but every time I say I won't work on the face today, I still end up working on the face. So this time I actually won't work on the face, and I'll work on the hair. Let's work on this part of the hair. But now that I see it again, I should have probably done it in different layers, but you learn. So if I look at the references, they have big shapes, then they also have very small strands. They're beautifully rendered. So maybe I just have a completely wrong approach. So let me try this. Let's have this. Okay, let's try rendering from here. First of all, you can see now everything's all together. So this part is kind of really ugly. So I'll fix that. This doesn't make any sense. So if anybody has any questions, anybody has just joined the stream, you can just type them in chat on both YouTube and Twitch. Okay, I think that's better. So now, first thing you gotta do, I think, is add the highlights. So if I had to guess, the highlights would go here. On the top part of the hair, but also on the sides. So if anybody has any questions, you can just yo Ash the DMST. Welcome to the stream. Huh? If you have any questions, you can just type them in chat. Yeah, right now I'm working on my tiefling OC. She's the sister of my D&D character. You got to turn yourself up. Him. I don't care. I can't hear you. Okay. I mean, I checked earlier and I think it was fine, but I can have now. Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better now? You're not loud enough? I'm at max volume. Okay. Now it should be very loud, but I can also make it louder. This is probably the loudest I can make. Back. Too loud now. Okay, this should be a sweet spot and loudness. Can you tell me if this is better? Well, I guess we'll never know if it was too loud. Right now I'm listening to myself streaming, and I think it's a good loudness. Because on my computer I'm like about halfway. and the volume slider, and it seemed quite loud to me, but I'm not sure. Okay, weird. Whatever. Let's continue drawing. So the last viewer said my volume was weird, it was too low. Now it should be good. So if anybody in chat can tell me if you can hear me okay, that'll be great. Right now I'm working on my D&D character Tissia. I'm going to add her name because it's spelled in a very weird way. And now I'll get back to working on the hair, which is the most important thing at the moment. I feel like that's not a highlight enough. I feel like that's an actual highlight. Could be yellow without looking ugly. I think yellow would work. Yeah, because it doesn't really look yellow since it desaturated so much. So if anybody has just joined the stream, if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat, both on YouTube and Twitch. So if anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in chat. If anybody has any question, you can just leave them in chat. If anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in chat. Anybody else just join the stream. If you have any questions, you can just write them in chat. Right now I'm working on the hair of my character. If anybody has any questions, then just leave them in chat. I need to do a quick be right back, guys. 1 second. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm back now. This everything should be working. Yeah. Okay. This should be fine. I just have to fix some OBS settings. So if anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in. I'm just gonna check how much I worked on this drawing. I think it's a few hours now. 19 hours. I just started this drawing. This is crazy. Hmm. Weird. Well, let's get back to drawing. Okay. Hmm. So now everything should be fine. And I'm still checking some OBS settings every few seconds because I want to make sure my audio sounds good and it's at the right volume. To fix it here because I feel like it's way too bright. Unless maybe I can make the ends of the hair brighter. In that case, it might work. I think it's a gamble. And so at this point, when I spend almost 20 hours on this drawing, I'd rather play it safe. Okay. Well, if anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just leave them in chat, both on YouTube and Twitch. I'll answer them. Here it's a bit messy. Can't understand where this strand is going. This should help it. I am struggling to render this hair. I don't think I've ever really rendered hair. But I think that hair is too densely packed. Like, nobody has that much hair. I mean, some people do have it, but not this character. It's got lots of hair, but it's not like a wall. Where to move all this sector hair behind. And maybe not only doing that, but also changing the rotation a bit so there's a bit more of a gap. I think that looks better. I actually like that more. And now I want to work on this hair, the one that goes in front of her forehead, this one, which for some reason is not alpha locked. So if anybody has any questions, you can just leave it in chat. I'll answer all of them. See? If anybody has any questions, you can just leave them in chat and I'll answer them. Layer. Wow. Okay, but it's not. Actually, maybe it's the wrong layer, but maybe it works better if I do it here. I need to turn alpha lock back on again. So if anybody has just joined the stream, if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat and I'll answer them. I'm actually really digging this drawing now. I really like how I'm doing the hair. I'm not sure if the highlights work, but whatever. Even if I accidentally made it look like she's got white hair, it's still cool. There are lots of characters that have white hair that are famous and beloved, so I don't see a problem with her having some streaks of white hair, even though that's definitely not what I wanted to do. So it looks cool. I'm listening to some lofi, and I love her music so much. I mean, from the start, it's probably one of the best songs released in the past couple of years. I mean, I think it's a recent song. I think I'll have to redraw the entire shirt in one of the next streams. I think there are a bit too many highlights in the hair. I want to try something. I don't think it will look good, but I have this hairbrush that I never really used. Maybe it could work. Yeah, I actually like this brush a bit. But I want to try another brush that I have from the same brush pack, I think. Yes, here. Which is a texture brush, like this. Because even in this hair, there's a bit of texture. Not like that, but it's not too different. Oh, I reached the layer limit. Oh no, that's not good. I deleted a few layers. So if anybody has just joined the stream, if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat. There's no alpha lock. Oh wow. So if anybody has just joined the stream and if you have any questions, you can just write them in chat. I think in the I like some parts of the old one better. It's got no opacity. So I think I was a bit too close to the mic right there. If anybody has just joined the live, you can type, you can write any questions you want in chat and I'll answer them. Or even just a movie or a book you liked or anything. I think it just darkens the hair a bit too much. So maybe if we change its layer mode. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. Wait, this one. Okay, this is fine. I think I'm going to take another 5-minute break, so I'll be back soon. we're back from the BRB break. Let me turn on again screen share from my iPad so y'all can see what I'm drawing. And let's continue. I do think the highlights make her hair look like she's got white hair. I think it works for this part. From the left part of her hair, but not with the hair above her forehead. So let me try and remove some of the highlights with a normal brush. I'm going to have to redraw so many elements. Oh, I want to check how it is without the background. It looks good. Wait. This doesn't look proportionally correct. No, it does it. I think it looks fine. Okay. Weird. Well, if anybody's in chat, should I work with or without the background? Like this, with or without? I think, well, if nobody is opposed, I think I'll continue working with the background. There isn't that much contrast between the values of the foreground and background, but at the same time, there's so different. The colors are so different that I don't think it's that big of a problem. But I think I can add highlights to this arm. Yes, this works very well. This color is perfect. It looks like it's just being hit by light. Yeah, that's already 10 times better. Okay, 10 times better. It's a bit much, but I do really like this color implemented in the hand. I'm not sure how much longer this game is going to last, but at least for now, it's going to be like this. Probably another 20 minutes. Wow. Just realized how horrible with this microphone humming sounds. What was that? Oh, I think I'll probably end YouTube live soon. Hmm. I think I had great progress for only one day of work. But again, I still feel like I can draw way better when I'm drawing traditionally. I could have done this easily. Not the whole rendering, but sketching, getting a good shading. And shading is rendering, but I don't know. If anybody has any questions, you can just write them in chat and I'll answer. There's one thing I just thought of adding that can make everything feel more painterly. Yeah, because human skin, especially if you put it outside very often, kind of changes color depending on where it's placed. Right now, I'm going to stop the recording for a few seconds because I don't want to get banned. But I don't want to get banned, but I want to show you a drawing I did that shows what I'm talking about. So I've stopped the screen share. So now y'all shouldn't be able to see the screen. I just want to be sure because I really don't want to get banned for just some drawings. Because I know that Twitch can be like that sometimes. So let me see if I can find it. Yes, here. Okay, I just censored something because I really don't want to get banned since I basically just started streaming. It should be fine since I'm not showing anything now. But basically, in this drawing, you can see that the skin starts, most of her skin is this color here. But if you go onto like arms and feet, you can see that it's a different color. It's this color here. And it's not only the light, it's the skin that changes color because those parts of the body are more exposed to light. So they get tanned, I think that's the word. And thus they change color. So I could do the same thing with that drawing. So I was thinking about doing that to making sort of feet and hands a bit darker. Luckily, I didn't get banned for basically showing nothing, but you never know. I think I did add a bit too many highlights. And the feet, I think I like the old ones more. Okay, but whatever. So it should be this color. So what layer mode should I put on? Probably normal layer mode would work fine. Hopefully that didn't get me banned. But I don't think it really showed anything, no? I think I'm going to work some more on the hair. I feel like it's too many highlights. I should limit the super shiny hair part. What? Whatever, selecting doesn't work, so I have to do this manually. Oh, that makes sense. So that was a different layer. I think this layer is the biggest problem, because if I remove that, it doesn't really look there's that much white hair. So I'm going to color some of the strands that are in this layer and make them darker and more purplish to match the rest of the face, the rest of the hair. So I think I'll probably end the stream soon. I think that looks fine. I think I'm happy with the progress today. Let's see how I do it moving the hair. I need to remove this layer. No, I can't remove it. I mean, it wouldn't be like that, but I guess it would move something like that. So what is this weird white thing? Those hair strands? They don't even fit the shape of the hair. Oh, yeah, it looks better. Okay, well, I think I'm going to end the stream on YouTube. Yeah, so bye YouTube chat. How do I do that? How do I do that? I have no idea how I should. That's no good. Oh, okay, perfect. I can end stream on YouTube now. I think. I hope so. Yeah, okay. Well, if there's anybody on YouTube, if you don't want the stream to end, you better chat now, because I am probably going to end it. So if there's anybody on YouTube, this is your last chance to stop stream from ending. Oh, since I don't see anything typed, I guess I can end stream on YouTube. Bye, YouTube.